The first presentation was a scene setter about the internet, and it was called "The Internet is Broken." Because the internet is broken, we covered off things like the simple fact that reporting on growth is vastly over-exaggerated. It fails to take account of cannibalisation, of bricks and mortar, retail, just selling online. It is not pure growth, yet those numbers are being used in the pure growth figures. And overall, the internet sales are less than 50% of what has been predicted, certainly in the last 2 to 3 years. We also covered off, this will work, wiki. We covered off the fact that internet growth is crashing. Percentage growth has fallen off of a cliff, and it is falling away for some very good reasons. Those reasons are that the internet has taken traffic that, one, was never sold in shops anyway. It's things like mail order, it's things like electronically transferable goods, film, video, CDs, that sort of thing, music, I should say. And it's things like insurance and banking products as well. Those have been the major victims, if you will, of internet trade. And that when it comes to the traditional bricks and mortar stuff that you might feel is more relevant, penetration there is a mere fraction of the overall market. And even then the figures are misrepresented. It's about 8% of the market, of which a substantial portion is just merely channel displacement. It's bricks and mortar selling online. We spoke about the fact that even the largest are finding it really, really hard to make the internet work for them. Yeah? The great days, Amazon, one of the early pure plays on the internet. Set up in 1995, IPO'd in 1997, never paid a dividend, ever. 400 P/E ratio, showing huge anticipation of future returns that are simply not materialising. Average profit margin since IPO, 0.6 of 1%. 0.6 of 1%. Nothing. Yeah, even Walmart, who's regarded as a low-cost operator, runs at 3.4. Yeah. And with the tide turning around things like public opinion and this whole business to do with tax evasion, it only takes the implementation of some very light tax laws on these businesses and they will topple. They do not have the profit to cover the costs. So we think things are in trouble. But it's not all bad. It's definitely not all bad. The internet is and can be a great opportunity if you go about it the right way. And that's what these next two presentations today are about. The first one today is more about how you should go about being on the web. And the second one that I'll be doing later is if you're going to do e-commerce, if you must do e-commerce, then how to go about doing that as well. So you might be interested in that one later on today. And I'm going to cover off these things. This is my agenda, basically. The real reason for being online. What is it? I'm going to talk a little bit about website strategy, how to design a website, SEO, and the particular issue of online reviews and why they matter. So, the real reason for being online. Anyone like to tell me why you should be online? Should you be online?
For getting customers.
For getting customers.
Communication.
So raising awareness, communication.
Your door's always open.
Your door's always open.
Be more accessible.
Be more accessible. Yeah, these are all good reasons.
People can find you when they're searching the web.
People can find you when they're searching the web. Right, hang on. Nielsen, very respected research company, did some work back in 2007 with this business called NetVisible on why and how people are using the internet for local search. This is in 2007, and they were already finding at that point 73% of people were using search engines to look for local businesses. If you then move on to some research done by Burke in 2011, we're looking at the use of search engines in 2011. 76% of people were using search engines for doing local search, 74% were using print yellow pages, and you can read the figures yourselves, but the highest number on there is 76% using search engines. Interestingly, by 2011, the rise of social networks has started to play a role as well. And we'll be talking about the importance of social endorsement when I get on to talking about reviews later. This is another piece of research done in 2012. searchengineland.com. This piece of research shows some interesting things as well. The number of people searching on a daily basis in 2012 has started to increase, 2.5, 6.5, small percentages. But certainly every week it's increased dramatically. So the real reason to be online? It's very simple.
That's where people are looking.
That's where people are looking. Local search is the new yellow pages. Yeah? It's simply local search. Yeah? The old adage, as I said in the first presentation, the days of being on the beach and selling millions to the world, that's actually not what the game's about. The game is about being visible, and being visible in a way that print could never do for you. Yeah? About being visible in a way to your local market.